If you are looking to buy a home, big changes could be on the way. In a social media post, President Trump floated the idea of a 50-year mortgage. Now, it comes as the average age for a first-time home buyer has climbed to 40 years old. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady is here to break it all down. Kelly, good morning.
Morning.
All right, so how would this work, and why is the president considering this now?
So a 50-year would work a lot like the 30-year does. You would just repay that loan over 50 years instead of 30 years.
Okay.
Not a lot of credit unions or banks offer it, but if the White House were to endorse this product, you'd likely see a lot more availability. Remember, FDR's administration was the architect of the 30-year going back to the Great Depression. You asked why now? Owning a home is cost prohibitive for many Americans. It goes back to affordability. I was looking at this Redfin analysis that says the average U.S. home buyer spends 39% of their income on their housing, and 30% is considered sustainable. And that just keeps going up and up, Nate.
So you mentioned that affordability, but what are the pros and cons of this?
Okay, so in the near term, it would be more affordable. The pros of the 50-year is a lower monthly payment, easier qualification process, especially if you're lower income, and just more money to spend in your budget on other things. The monthly payment is really important. I crunched the numbers for you because you know I'm a nerd.
Of course.
$500,000 mortgage, 6% interest rate, okay? You would pay over $400 less in a monthly payment on a 50-year mortgage than a 30-year mortgage.
But
that's
Kelly,
pretty significant.
What about the long
Exactly.
term?
That's the con, right? So it would mean a lot more interest. In that same scenario, you would pay over $450,000 more over the length of your loan. That's as much as your mortgage loan would be. So it's really about owning a home is longer for you, further away, building that equity. I think the critics say, hey, you would die before you would actually own your home. The proponents say, well, that's better than never getting the chance.
Never having home ownership. So you're saying it could unlock some home buyers, but also lock in those buyers and feel a little trapped.
Exactly.
All right, Kelly, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.